Hey, what's up guys? Shiki, welcome back to more Kagetsu Tohya. Last time we started a story for the evening, which is centered around Akiha going back to her school, the girls' academy. And yeah, she started researching one of the mysteries. You know what? Yeah, it doesn't. We'll get that. Yeah. Anyway, let's start. I don't need to do a whole long intro for this, I think. Type Moon daily message. Okay, that was kind of weird, Akiha, but good for you. Load from slot 10, yes. Oh god. I forgot to turn the game down for myself. There we go. Breakfast in the cafeteria finished as the hands of the clock ticked past 7. Young ladies from good families would never ever acknowledge that some people's ungraceful schedule would be to rush to breakfast, then hurry directly to school. Tono, did you notice that Shijo was missing? Spoiling the quiet of the preschool morning, Soko whispered. Yes, I noticed. It seems like I was not mistaken after all. Right. What are you going to do? Want me to go look for her? Are you like Akiha's lackey or something? You didn't strike me as the type, but... If you do it, things will probably get worse. I am grateful for your concern, but this is my problem. Should you get involved, Soka, then things might begin to get strange. I mean, I feel like things are already pretty strange, what with the, the whole letters appearing randomly after you stick it in a post box that no one uses. Seems kinda iffy already. Waving one hand in a later gesture, I left the room first. Shijo Tsukasa's room was a double, wasn't it? In fact, now that I think about it, this all started when Shijo Tsukasa's roommate complained. Shijo-san, this is Tono. I knocked on the door. No reply, just the rustling sounds of movement inside the room. Shijo-san, I wish to speak with you. Would this be a good time? Another knock. The presence in the room became more agitated. Shijo-san, I do not have that much free time. There is something I wish to confirm, so if you will excuse me. I placed my hand on the doorknob. At that moment, the unpleasant sound of a chair being thrown at the wall. That's a bit of an overreaction. Shut up! Don't you dare come in, Tono! Subsequently, I could hear Shijo Tsukasa's shouts. Other students, wondering what was happening, began to look into the corridor. What a bother. Like this, if I were to force my way into the room, there's no telling what sort of rumors may start. Yeah. Since all I came here for was to ask why she had not attended breakfast, I decided to quietly withdraw. Tono-san? One of the galleries spoke to me from a safe distance. Good morning. I am so sorry for creating such a fuss so early in the morning. Making a first-rank smile, I responded to the speaker. As if relieved at my smile, the unfamiliar student relaxed. Tsukasa, would you please not take offense? Last night, she was injured again and has been more and more neurotic lately. I am aware of that. I had heard from the dorm manager that Shijo-san has not been well lately. How was last night's injury? Well, she won't let any of us see it. Anzo, that is, Tsukasa's roommate, well, Anzo got chased out of the room, and Tsukasa's been closed up in there ever since then. It was a pretty bad burn, so I guess she just doesn't want other people to see it. That makes sense. Burns are not something to go around showing other people. If I were in Shijo-san's place, I would not go out in public until I was completely healed. Tono-san, if you say so. You're not angry? It's a neurosis, is it not? Those sorts feel no resentment for sympathy. So, everyone be sure not to excite Shijo-san, and treat her gently until she's pieced together again. Or at least I want to be able to ignore her for the next 2 days. Wow. Tono-san, ever since you returned, you've become so serene.
More like melancholic, but okay.
It's quite a difference. Is that so? I have not changed at all, though. Really?
The student seemed to question, then returned to her room.
Ah, there's one thing I forgot to ask. What is it, Hono-san? Where was Shijo-san injured? On her face? Or was her hair burned? After looking at me wonderingly for a moment, she responded that the burn was on Shijo Tsukasa's arm.
Okay, and how much of the arm was burned? Because, like if it was her face, I could understand, but if she just burned on, like, the arm a little bit, like, unless it was, like, the whole, like, up and down the forearm, that seems a bit of an I mean, it's probably not the burn itself, it's probably the fact that these coincidences keep happening, and she's probably like, what the is going on?
Taking advantage of break periods, I learned the details of last night's events. While my roommates and I had been frolicking about in our room, Shijo Tsukasa had been in the friend's room chatting. Having lost a bet, Shijo Tsukasa was forced to serve tea to everyone, when some sort of trouble occurred. As a result, she was burned on one arm. At that moment, there was no one else in the kitchen, so precisely why she was burned was unclear. Not even whether it was caused by the gas burners, or perhaps bumping against a hot stove. Just that the burn wasn't serious enough to require treatment at a hospital. That's obvious. No matter what you do, there's simply no way to seriously hurt yourself in a friend's room. Sheesh. Perhaps because I was finally losing my temper, or perhaps because of the churning in my head, I spit out those words. Then how did it happen then, if there's no way to seriously hurt yourself? My feet led me to the student council room. Aww. Hello, Tono-senpai! I'd come on private business, but for some reason Seo was waiting for me like a puppy wagging its tail. Oh god. Good day, Seo. Are you here to do more sorting? Yup. And I also did a little investigating about what you said yesterday. What I said yesterday? Oh, do you mean about the purple envelopes? Yes, I thought it'd be great if I could help you out a little. I only found out a little bit, though. I see. Thank you for all your efforts, Seo. I almost feel bad having you spend your time for me like this. I know, it's not like that at all. Later, I just happened to run into my teacher and asked about it, that's all. So really, if you start thanking me, I'll feel a little awkward.
Uh-huh. Ooh, that same defenseless smile, that makes me want to do something to her. Akiha? No. No. When Seo becomes a high schooler, I'll be a senior and retiring from the student council. Yeah? Maybe it would be wise to start making preparations to transfer into the student government for that time. Maybe.
So then, Seo, what have you learned? Yes, well, I already said that the purple envelopes were originally used to send suggestions to the faculty, right? But we don't use that method anymore, so I thought there had to be a reason it was stopped.
An excellent point. If only she were more calm and dignified, there'd be nothing to say against her.
Well... That tradition stopped about 10 years ago when someone jokingly returned a letter that someone else had sent. Except, the letter was an anonymous report of someone breaking school rules, and that someone who returned the letter was joking. As much as they were threatening the student who informed in the first place, it seems.
I see. Seo finally noticed my expression. She probably knows how much I detest these sorts of stories.
It's alright, please continue. Oh, okay. Because the letter was returned, the request for help never reached the administration. That's where the wish went ungranted part came from. And then 7 days later, What? She died? Yes. That weekend, she left the dormitory and was killed in a traffic accident. This was, of course, an unrelated accident, Seo. It was, but that the quarrel centered on that letter was the truth. After that happened, the administration decided to stop using that method to receive requests. However, people kept sending letters, and eventually... it became one of the school's 7 mysteries. And then that wonderful story that if the letter is returned but the wish is not granted, the sender will die, was somehow attached to the purple envelope story.
Yeah.
Right,
Regretfully nodded Seo. I accidentally let out another sigh.
Well, it does...
Or, still just thoughts. Well, it does seem appropriate that to be counted amongst the 7 mysteries, there had to be some sort of original story the mystery was modeled off.
Yeah.
However, by focusing only on the unfortunate accident, this twisted system developed, and now people are getting dragged into it by the most trivial of coincidences.
How silly. It is all backwards. It's not that if your wish is granted you lose something. Rather, it's that if your wish is not granted that you lose something. In truth, it's not a curse.
And then the something lost would be the practitioner's life.
Yeah, it would seem like that way, yeah.
I believe that curses really do exist. Oh, okay. I suddenly declared while bandaging my scraped elbow. I went with my normal tone of voice because I wasn't sure who was talking.
Curses? You mean the 7 mysteries? Didn't we decide that was just superstition? Not the 7 mysteries. Whether coincidence or contrived, I was thinking that should the cycle be done just right, that it is possible to curse someone. Imagine that A hates B, and A decides, well then, okay, and one day creates a cursed situation so that B will die. That's what I was thinking of.
What's with that?
In other words, A hates B, so A hires the hitman. Then on the appointed day, the hitman sticks B's feet in concrete and drops her in the ocean. Is that what you mean?
Something like that.
No, not at all. That is nothing more than going through the motions.
Akiha, I think you're the only one in this room who would say hiring a hitman is going through the motions. Maybe, I could be wrong, but that's mildly concerning.
That's not doing it yourself, fulfilling your objective without ordering others to act in your stead. What I'm talking about is that situation where A, who wishes to kill B, and B, who knows nothing of A, share in the same risk. For example, let us say this room was full of landmines. Whoa, this conversation's getting extreme all of a sudden. I'm just making it easy to understand, alright? So then these landmines really have no existence in the real world. As long as you live your normal life, they won't explode. However, should you do something removed from your normal life, for example, if Hane should use my comb, or if you used my towel, Soka, then those abnormal actions would cause you to accrue points. Of course, I too, Well, I would never do so, but if I were to steal Hane's precious cookies and eat them, then I, too, would accrue points.
Something tells me she does steal Hane's cookies. And I don't know, I just got a feeling.
Got it. And when that point total crosses a certain level, then the landmines react. Is that the plan? To put it simply, yes. Those originally unlikely actions form, in other words, an accumulation of coincidences and chance events, correct?
Yeah, sure.
Should those chance events, those switches, be pushed again and again, then the situation would become a changing stage. That is what I think a curse is.
What the? Okay, just got Mr. Kinoko Nasu in there.
As another example, should Hane wish to use my comb, she would have to stand near my dresser, and since she weighs 5 kilo...
Why bring her weight into it?
5 kilos more than I do, that would place an additional burden on the floor.
Yeah, those 5 kilos are in her hips and her chest. Like, yeah, get over it, Akiha.
Should this happen 10 times, the floor would mysteriously break, causing the room to collapse, and the pitiful Misawa Hane would be singing with the angels.
Huh.
I see, but that's just sophistry. I mean, if the room could be destroyed by something like that, then you and I would be dead 20 times over. Right. That's why setting up the room to act like that would be a curse. Both the one who created the curse and those who participate must always watch out to see if the circumstances of the curse are about to be fulfilled.
Uh-huh.
And because she's participating as well, the curse will show obvious hostility to its creator as well.
Uh-huh.
To say that a curse is a double-edged blade is accurate, for in such a situation, whether A or B will fall is uncertain.
Ah, what a rambling delusion I'm spouting off.
So what you want to say is that the superstition of the 7 mysteries is a curse like that? But then whose curse is it? By what you said, the situation is something man-made, not something natural, right? Just as sharp as always, Soka. Well, this purple envelopes thing would be a natural occurring curse, I guess. But this particular curse's switch is quite uncommon, so normally it would never come to completion.
I began bandaging my other elbow. This was the result of a dramatic fall during my return to the dormitory. Uh-huh.
Ah! You're doing that again? Gee, Shakia-chan, why have you been so beat up lately?
The instant our tangled conversation paused, Hanapin's voice cut in.
What?
Or, whoops.
Wow, that looks painful. Akiha-chan, you've been getting hurt constantly. But you said you haven't been fighting, so what have you been doing?
Brimming with curiosity, Hanapin gazed at my elbow.
Ah.
Or, this got to be a curse. Oh, that was okay, that was Hane still, was her instant answer.
Eh?
2 voices in harmony. I applied disinfectant to the scrape on my arm and continued.
To tell the truth, I too sent out a letter and had it returned. That was 5 days ago, the same day Shijo-san did.
Huh? Hanapin, uncomprehending, merely looked confused. Yeah, she wasn't... Actually, wait, no, she overheard... Wait. That's just too funny. Soka, well, just as expected, grabbed her stomach and exploded in mirth.
Soka, some laughter may be expected, but laughing that hard is a little annoying.
No. It's just that you two only have 2 days to live. What? How's that funny? Soka collapsed in laughter, falling to the floor. Humph. To have my peerless friend be someone like this, I truly am cursed. Oh man, I think I just used an entire year's worth of laughter there. So what is it? The scratches don't stop, so now you believe in curses? I mean, she already believed, so...
No. I have no interest in leaving my revenge up to some random curse.
In the first place, I had long ago identified the cause of these wounds. Aha. I know the moment I saw her that this was no curse, but just an obsession. What I don't understand is why my letter came back. If that hadn't happened, then I would have never bothered going along with all this. But even if it was unlike me, embracing that weak, girlish dream of allowing someone else to fulfill my wish was not a bad thing. Uh-huh.
However, I've had enough. I'm going to end this now.
Oh god. Why is this hallway so creepy? Switching gears, I stood. After that was brief. Without hesitation, I walked to Shijo Tsukasa's room, turned the doorknob, and entered. I don't think this is gonna go well. Huh? I wonder if sighing like this has become a habit, I thought, and looked up at the night sky. Unfortunately, Shijo Tsukasa was not in her room. Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna... I thought bad things were gonna happen. I thought they would throw hands. Her roommate, Anzo, was not there either. And after leaving my room with that caustic declaration, I couldn't simply walk back having done nothing. So I came here to the dormitory roof to enjoy the breeze. The winter wind was cold. Cold enough to make the word cold seem laughably inadequate. In this weather, it wouldn't be surprising if it started snowing. So, however much I may desire to, I can't stay long.
And if I went to the friend's room, it'd end up like that.
Should I head to the friend's room, I'd have to deal with all the good intentions of the middle schoolers. Yeah. And then the high schoolers, who think that if they don't greet me properly, something terrible will happen, and who in their great fright would be unable to speak diplomatically. Uh-huh. Why do all the girls the same age as I am look up to me as some sort of fearsome older sister? Well, you are very capable, so...
Well then, what should I do?
Hugging my arms around my shivering body, I walked across the roof. Don't get too close to the edge. With all the stuff that's been happening, you never know.
I seem to remember that you can see into the courtyard from here.
The mailbox in the rear courtyard that was the start of all this was removed, but I wonder if the other mailboxes are still around. Did she just get pushed?
Eh?
I reached out a hand, but there was nothing for me to grab. Falling. Suddenly pushed from behind, idiotically. I fell from the roof of the 4-story... I mean, I guess it has middle schooler and high schoolers, so I guess that makes sense. But still, I don't know why, I wasn't expecting 4 stories. 4-story dormitory towards the earth below. Someone's going to jail. Like, that's literally attempted murder.
That was surprising.
A little bit.
I'm the one who's surprised. You fell from the roof and suffered only some scrapes.
Exactly what sort of body do you have? That's a good question.
Are you really human?
Mostly. Half.
Akiha-chan, you're too healthy.
Yeah. Before me stood my 2 familiar roommates.
Soka, what time is it?
Perhaps the shock of the fall, or some after effects of losing consciousness, but I suspiciously asked my friend.
It's just before 10 o'clock at night. Right before lights out time. I see. So it hasn't even been an hour since I fell. Yeah. When we called the doctor, she was quite surprised. But when she got here, she was even more surprised. Exactly where is this girl injured? Her eyes were clearly asking. That's right. The doctor said that some trees or bushes must have cushioned your fall. But that doesn't make any sense. Akiha-chan, are even your clothes super tough? Hanepin, typically, was caught up in something utterly unimportant. Yeah. So, why did you fall from the roof? Pushing Hanepin to the side, Soka asked in a serious tone. Somehow. Soka was not fooled by my evasion. It was that curse, huh? Soka stated, eyes cold. I guess Soka knows the reason why I fell from the roof. However, she's a bit wrong after all. Don't be silly. I already said that in this wholesome environment, there's no way a curse could thrive, didn't I?
Oh no, I think she knows. I think she's using curse as euphemism for a Tsukasa who literally admitted that her wish was for you to disappear. Well, she wished for someone, but it kinda...
That sort of thing is human-like, Tono. People who don't know if there really are such things as curses or whatever sometimes do try to perform such a thing. Not everyone in this world is as sturdy as you are. I don't think of myself as sturdy. Just listen to me. To us, a curse is the same thing as a prayer. A desperate wish that in order to fulfill, you'd even fight with your back against the wall. Driven there by a disaster if that wish should not be fulfilled. Do you understand? Aside from the real thing, a curse isn't something you do to someone else. It's something you do to yourself.
A curse is a double-edged blade. She's saying that a curse is nothing more than a strong suggestion that you force upon yourself in order to achieve your goal. But Soka, that unnatural curse is what we call obsession.
Well, certainly this time you're right.
With a sigh, I turned my gaze outside the window. The courtyard I fell into was deserted. The dark of the winter nights is weak. The swallowing particles of the night seem frozen in the winter air along with many thoughts. This sort of mind-rotting curse seems more appropriate to summer. But this is January. Curses or superstitions, those sorts of things are out of season now. For some reason, Soka still looked like she had something to say, as she dragged Hanepin, still protesting, "I'll sleep in the clinic with Akiha-chan tonight," back to our room. Midnight, and when everyone should be asleep, I went to the rear courtyard. At this time of night, no one would interfere. I made my presence this obvious, so she should be showing up any time now.
So you've come.
From behind me, I heard the sound of steps on the fallen leaves. She was doing her best to hide the sound of her footsteps, but they were a little different from those of a child playing hide-and-seek.
Good evening. These nights certainly are cold, aren't they, Shijo-san?
Careful not to alarm her, I slowly turned around. What you doing? I'd failed. No matter how gently I might wish to end this, if she'd already been driven into a corner, there's no point.
I understand how you feel, but that's a little too much. You do understand that you'll only hurt yourself with that knife.
Even so, I spoke calmly. I had heard that in these circumstances, if you speak rationally, sanity will return, but...
You're weird. You fell from the roof, so why are you still alive? Tono-san, you're weird.
Shivering fingers gripped the knife, and those words flowed from her shivering lips. You know, okay, you're not wrong. But like, I don't think, okay, murdering someone because you don't want something bad to happen is, it's kind of fucked up. Hi, Max Top. Human versus literal demon hybrid. I got my bets on the woman that just survived this 4-story fall with mirrors. Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I think Tsukasa's out of her depth, for sure.
I'm going to be in trouble if you don't disappear. Hey, you've already transferred so many times, so why not transfer again? Well, there's only 2 days left, so if you don't hurry up and leave, everything will go wrong, you know. Is that so? I'm not unusual at all. Those 7 mysteries are just superstition, and it was just someone's prank that returned that letter to you. It is not yet. It is not that your wish will be granted, and I'll disappear. Nor will you disappear should your wish not be granted. I know that, but I just can't stand it. I can't take this horrible feeling.
And you think becoming a murderer, and probably throwing your entire future away, is the solution? Are you dumb? You will literally, like anything else, right? Anything short of murder, you would go to juvie until you turn 18 and then probably be let go. But murder, you are fucked. You know that. At least in the U.S. I don't know about what like underage murder would be like in Japan, but I feel like she hasn't thought this through.
Horrible feeling? Do you mean your injuries? First finger, then arm. It seems like you have as little luck as I do. Or rather, my injuries were all deliberate, while yours were just accidents. Ah, certainly that would be a horrible feeling.
Consciously or not, deliberately injuring herself would be a horrible feeling. Uh-huh.
So then, will tomorrow be your leg? And then your face? That would be the 7th day. So might that be the time for a life-threatening injury? No, it's not like that. That's all just superstition, so all my injuries are going to stop tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You mean if I disappear from in front of you? For example, if I were to instantly disappear from the roof as if in some magic show. All I did was jump to the ground, however.
Her already pale face became even paler and she stepped back. Well then, standing around like this is cold, and besides, I'm tired of this. Fair. Since this case is one without a clear victim, I had thought to handle it gently, but no more. She's in no condition to speak rationally anyway.
How foolish. If you were going to fulfill your wish with your own hands, then you never should have sent that letter in the first place.
But why did she want you to disappear? To begin with?
No, I didn't. That was really just a coincidence. You came to see me, but I wasn't there, and then I heard you'd gone to the roof, so I went, but you were innocently looking into the courtyard. I just thought for some reason, right now if I pushed her, she'd fall and die. I just thought it, but my hand unconsciously reached out and pushed me off the roof.
Oh, whoops, didn't mean to do that.
My, how scary. A murderer without any hostility or intent to kill.
If Shijo Tsukasa had actually had a clear intent to kill me, then I would have realized her presence. That is kind of freaky. But since her hands just unconsciously moved, there was no way for me to have sensed her. Normally unbelievably dense, but at these times devilishly sharp. Perhaps he could have corrected her mistake before this happened. Maybe.
However, you really are a splendid murderer. I thought I would ignore you as long as it was just things like a razor in my desk or a push down the stairs, but that's all over now. Shijo-san, you came here with the intention as well, correct?
I watched the violently shaken girl. No matter what was before, it seems that the moment she pushed me off the roof, her obsession had come to full bloom. Again, but why does she want you gone, though? That still hasn't been explained. If I had died there, she would have committed a perfect murder. But since I was here, alive, things had gone wrong. All I had to do was say, Shijo Tsukasa pushed me from the roof, and sure enough, this would all be over. Since she had started this all herself, all she could do was try to finish it. And the first step to that was to seal the lips of the survivor. Me. Yeah.
Enough of this. I am through talking, so you may start whenever you feel like it.
Akiha's gonna pick her apart. The hand gripping her knife was still shaking. How pitiful. At this rate, she'll waste the whole night.
So, then shall I? I'll say this just once, but I have no intention of going easy on you. You tried to kill me, so even if you beg me for mercy, I will kill you.
Okay. So I informed her. A first-class smile floating on my face. That's scary. Hey, that's Shiki's fucking knife PNG. You can't use that. Just like me earlier. Pushed forward by something she couldn't see, she attacked. But it didn't matter at all. The wildly waving knife passed by my neck only once. Then mercilessly, the instep of my foot connected solidly with the back of her head. The Soka school's highest ranked certain kill round kick. The what? And flawlessly, I mowed down her consciousness. And maybe even dangerously close to mowing down her life.
Aha.
A brokenly collapsed Shijo Tsukasa. Atop her drifted down the hair her knife had cut. I had dodged only by a hair's breadth, so the hair on my right side had been sliced short.
In the end,
wish granted or not, it had taken this woman's life. Yeah, I guess, yeah. Even if you didn't kill her, she will have to go to prison, so. Or jail, whatever. Unfortunate for her. Once, I assume her family's of relative wealth and importance, seeing as how this is the entire point of this school they're at. So, yeah, no, her rather promising future is gone. The next day, Saturday in the morning. Because of the weekend, the dormitory was quieter than normal. There were those who had already left with plans for the weekend, those who were busy with club activities, and those who sleep all morning. Interesting. I had heard those Japanese private schools that do have the entire weekend off and not just Sunday, like their public schools. But I'm surprised they went that route with this, with the school that Akiha attends for like for the story. Yeah, I thought it'd be club activities and sleep all morning. For all these various reasons, the number of students moving around the dormitory was reduced to almost 1/3 of normal. When I awoke in the clinic, the first thing I did was get permission to leave the grounds, then go hire a beautician to put my hair in order before returning. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, once I kinda... yeah. Probably want it fixed up. It seems like the two of them were waiting for my return. They must have been worried after I chased them out of the clinic last night. I digested that for a moment, and then thought, friendship is such a nice thing. Yeah, it's pretty good. The two of them stared at me dumbfounded. Actually, Hanapin looked the same as always, but Soka seemed frozen staring at me.
What? Or what? Is there something on my face? Your hair? What happened to your hair?
Soka finally choked out.
Oh, this. It got cut up a little, so I had it shortened. I originally was going to have it cut short, but I decided that was too effeminate and stopped. It is not as if cutting my hair would cause anything to change. No, that's fine, but I mean, that's really quite...
Are we gonna get to see it, or...? It fits your mean personality, Soka's mouth twisted. What? We're not gonna get to see it, are we?
Oh, ha! Akiha-chan, you look really obstinate.
For some reason, Hanapin seemed really happy. How rude. That's not the point at all, you two. I'd even considered a ponytail or triple braids to hide it, but this was my final choice.
Is that so? Don't concern yourselves, this is only makeshift until my hair grows out. By spring it should be back to normal, so until then you can cope with it. Humph.
I turned my gaze from them.
I guess that's right. Well, anyway, I've got to go out for a bit.
Hanapin hurriedly departed the room.
What's she up to? Hane was summoned by some of the higher-ups. But she threw a tantrum and refused to go until you got back. She seems attached to you, Tono. I don't remember being the hand that feeds her, though.
Answering with another sigh, I loosened my hair. Come on, let us see it! They're not gonna show us. After that, the subject naturally turned to the 7 mysteries. I gave Soka a brief summary of last night's events and outlined the entire story for her.
Now I understand.
So that's the reason that Shijo is sleeping in the clinic.
Well, this should be good for her.
A painful punishment should make her guilt go away.
Maybe.
Soka just accepted everything. Her candidness at times like this is truly amazing.
Humph. To be honest, I don't like this. Just look. I can't believe that just because her letter was returned, she got all obsessed by this non-existent curse. I agree. This was just bad luck. If the person Shijo was wishing to disappear had been someone more other than you, Tono, I don't think any of this would have happened.
Why?
And what does that mean, Soka? Perhaps she thought that if you found out through some fluke, the same accident
As 10 years ago would happen.
You have no mercy for those who oppose you.
Yeah, but...
In other words,
I'm saying that what Shijo was scared of wasn't the curse. It was you.
One kick just wasn't enough. I should have acted like you, Soka, and cooperated with her expectations after I felled her. Hey, don't say that. Shijo's going to be suffering from whiplash for a month. If you'd gone that far, it really would have been 10 years ago again.
A breath later, Soka chugged down her freshly poured tea. Coffee and tea are wasted on her, but for some reason she's eccentric and continually uses the tea set she owns. Her tastes in Eastern culture might be a match for those of a certain someone somewhere.
But this still doesn't explain everything. The problem's the letters. Since there weren't any return addresses on the letter, how'd they get back to the sender, which was the beginning of all this? True, that is the only thing that cannot be explained by chance.
Soka nodded while sipping her tea. I might have had them backwards.
All that work is finally over.
And right then, a tired Hanapin returned.
Welcome back. Is your role finally over? Yep, nodded Hanapin and collapsed on the carpet. Flop. So she said, but she still seems to have energy left. Good work. Isn't it great that you finished your work right before the weekend? Yep, thanks, So-chan. I want some tea too. Again, you don't drink tea, so stop asking for other people to give you any. I almost forgot to ask, Hane. Why, have you been this busy? The cultural festival is over, so I would have thought there'd be no work for you to be that busy with. That's true, but listen. Pouring Soka's tea into her own teacup, Hanapin started speaking. Well, you know the dorm's being renovated, right? Or why am I... what the... You know the dorm's being renovated, right? Well then, this is the perfect time, they thought, to get rid of the old mail system we had. From now on, we'll be giving out letters to the clerk at the reception desk. Hold it, Hanapin. I never heard a word about this. But it was such a sudden decision that there were still undelivered letters left from before the winter break. And then the upperclassmen asked me to sort them all out all by myself.
Are you saying you figured out whose letters were whose and you gave them back? So it's because of you that we were nearly murdered. Well, not really nearly, it wasn't even close, but still. But there was an attempted murder. You did this. Now that she mentions it, I remember she was doing some sorting last night.
First I've heard of that. Getting rid of the old system means they're removing all the mailboxes in the dorm.
Okay, to be fair, the initial conversation.
Actually, no.
Did she know about the... I'm trying to remember if she was there when Soka and Akiha were specifically talking about the letters. I feel like she was. So why didn't she speak up?
That's right. And then I was told to check all the letters to friends or family or such one by one. And they wanted to double check the sender and address and such. That's an invasion of privacy, isn't it?
Taking a liking to the phrase invasion of privacy, Hanapin wagged her finger as she said it.
I see. Thus your sorting of the mail.
Oh wait, I think it's Akiha talking.
Wait a moment. What did you do with the letters that had neither address nor sender's name? Threw them in the trash.
Oh, okay.
But there weren't many of those, so I returned almost all of them.
Now my roommate was flat out bragging. Okay, so she threw the...
I really worked hard on this. I even skipped winter break to stay and work on this.
Proud, innocent Hanapin.
Hey, with no address or sender. Wait, how'd you know who to return them to? Was there a purple envelope with nothing written on it? I just looked inside. I recognized Shijo-san's handwriting, and Akiha-chan said a blank paper in it, but I remember earlier wondering what Akiha-chan was doing with the purple envelope, so I returned that one to her.
Honey, girl. Ain't no way, right? you made a girl have a psychotic break. You nearly got well, I mean not really, but you allegedly nearly got Akiha killed. Oh my god.
It was right there on your desk, wasn't it? This is all your fault.
Pow! The tip of my slipper struck Hanapin.
Meanie? Akiha-chan, you're so violent.
Wow! Hanapin started crying. I'm the one that wants to cry here, you idiot.
That's right. When I came back, Hane said there was something she needed to tell you.
I see, so this is what she forgot.
No, that's not right. Right on New Year's, a nun came to the dorm. She asked me if I knew Tono Akiha, and I said I'm her roommate. And she said to give this to Akiha-chan and gave me a letter.
Another silence.
Hane. Hey, I remembered! Here. God damn it! Here, Akiha-chan, this is for you.
After a little rummaging, Hanapin pulled a letter out of the chaos of her desk.
Wait, is that what happened?
Okay, so... Oh, how did the end of Akiha's good end go? So... Okay, well, I don't remember exactly. I assume after everything happened, I assume CL probably spirited Shiki away and took him back to like the church headquarters to get him healed? Or something? After a little rummaging, Hanapin pulled a letter out of the chaos of her desk. That letter was, well, from exactly whom I thought it would be from. The contents were just 2 brief lines. One sentence stated that his treatment was over, and the other joking statement said that she would be returning to Japan in about a year, and she would leave him in my care until then. My mind went white, so white I couldn't even tell what I was feeling. If there were such things as hollow feelings, then...
Why did she have to be the one to help him?
Then those were my feelings for that self-styled senpai woman. Uh-huh.
Tono?
Soka's voice brought me back. I shoved the letter into a pocket and stood.
I'm going. I don't know if I'll be back, so I'll leave the rest to you.
Huh? Wait, go? You don't mean temporarily, do you? Nope, she's transferring again. Ignoring the confused Soka, I began packing my bags. Then, there, reflected in the mirror, was the form of Tono Akiha, with hair cut short. Show it to me! Show it to me! Again, my mind went blank. No, perhaps I just returned to my usual calm self. My first thought was that I simply couldn't see him with my hair like this. The next thought was that after making someone wait this long, I resented having to return as if nothing had happened. Humph. This is really annoying. I've been this worried and he'd already returned to the house. Yeah. And on top of that, informing me through a letter like this from someone like her? Tono, don't worry about your appearance. Someone like you needs a little flaw somewhere. Of course, we'll miss you, but if that's the most important thing to you...
I'll stay.
That's right. Hurry up and stop. Oh, wait, what?
I said I'll stay. I just couldn't stomach rushing back like this. I've had to wait all this time. Now it's time for him to wait. Even I, occasionally. If I didn't trouble Nissan by making him wait for me, then the scales would be unbalanced.
I find it deeply humorous that Hanapin held the cure for Akiha's depression and just forgot about it. Yeah. Airheads, man. What can you do about them? I don't know how Akiha and Soka haven't gone nuts living with her. But I guess to be fair, her airheadedness and like is endearing most of the time, I assume. So I guess it balances out for them. Soka's lips twisted into a smile. She started laughing a quiet
Ah, what a woman you are, Tono.
And just like last night, she grabbed her sides and collapsed in laughter.
Whoa! So-chan's broken! Normally she never laughs, but this is the second time. Ah, don't worry about it. If Soka doesn't laugh occasionally, her balance will be off, right? Akiha-chan, you're smiling too. Yep, you're back to the same Akiha you were before you transferred.
Hanapin delightedly laughed as well.
Is that so? Then let the three of us keep laughing. Ah, if anyone saw us, they'd think we're one strange group. Nuh-uh, we're normal. After all, today's the weekend and we're all together here drinking tea. True. You and me and So-chan too, we're all young ladies. Uh-huh.
Hanapin laughed gladly. That too was normal. No matter what, she always smiles happily.
Are they really not gonna show us Akia's hair?
Sucked in by her obvious joy, my laughter just slipped out. It felt much better than I expected, letting all my earlier troubles fade into insignificance. My waiting self, even though I left and returned, my unchanging roommates. Scared of that endless waiting, my own girlishness that played at making wishes. This concept, okay, I'll have to look that up. And finally that warmth in my heart that I clung to on those sleepless nights. My wish was made in greed. Hang on. Tono, Akiha, Kagetsu Tohya, short hair. Oh, also I was wrong. I guess him vanishing is true ending, and the good ending is him being like her personal blood bag. I don't know how I got those two mixed up. Hang on. I'm trying to find the image. I say so. I see. The only one I see is like a. Oh wait, here we are. Found it. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, that's pretty nice. So yeah, this fan art one is... Here, let me bring it up. Watch it, let me bring up both of them. Let's see, open link in new tab, or hang on, no, open image in new tab. Then, where's the other one? Where did it go? Am I blind? Where did it go? What the? I can't find it. Well, whatever. I'll show this one at least. Hang on. See. Wait. Display capture. There we go. This is the fan art one. I saw the official concept art one, but I somehow lost it. But this is like pretty much the same thing. It's cute. I actually really like that. And then we have long hair Kohaku, which it looks nice. It looks kind of weird though. I don't know how I feel about long hair Kohaku, to be honest. But short hair Akiha is actually really cute. I like that a lot. Actually, I kind of like that more than her normal haircut, personally. Oh, maybe it's just me. Okay, and close. Oh yeah. I don't know why I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm calling her other ending good ending. I think I'm calling it that because CL's and Arkwid's are both good endings, and so yeah. No, hers is just a yeah. actually, yeah, that. I'm actually sad they didn't put it in the game now, to be honest. Again, I like it more than her long hair. I wonder... She would probably look like a third... She'd probably look like a third... Well, I was gonna say third twin, but no, she'd be like a... If she went red hair with the short hair, she would look like a triplet with Hisui and Kohaku. My wish was made in greed. I thought I wanted him to come back. But if that was all, then surely I would have been unsatisfied. That's why all along, my true wish was something that was something much different. Although saying so would be way too blunt and effeminate. After all, making him mine wasn't just a wish, but my ambition, right? Yeah, I guess. Anyway, spring. Winter will deepen, the snows will fall, and the frost will halo the earth. You know, you at least send a letter back to the mansion to let Hisui and Kohaku know what you're doing, so they know to take care of themselves. Only when my hair is back to normal and I can't bear waiting anymore will I go home to the mansion. When I do, then surely he'll be just as impatient, waiting eagerly before the gate. Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't bet on it, but alright, and then the credits are all the same as they usually are, I think, right? But I can't skip it. Oh, I can click through it. There we go. Today's horoscope, busy, and I get a little Neko Arcwood in the corner. Okay, that was okay. I do wish I had done it all in one session instead of splitting them up into two different streams. That would have been better, but I don't know. Last time my voice was just giving out on me, so I had to stop. That's the problem with these old VNs. There's no voice acting, so I have to do it all myself, doing all these different voices, and then also trying to give my own thoughts. It's a lot of talking. So my voice dies so fast when playing VNs, but that was good. Both that and Good Luck Ciel Sensei were both really fun. I'm assuming Crimson Moon is probably about you know, Moon Princess Arcwood, the one we saw in whatever day it was, day 14 or whatever. Yeah, this one's the longest by far. Yeah. Yeah. As long as they stay in like maximum 2-hour range, I can probably do the rest of them in like one stream each. But that one was just, yeah. After 2 hours, my voice just gives out with how much talking I have to do. And then we already did Red Demon God. I did that in part 37 or something, the one with Kishima on the thumbnail. So yeah, next would be Crimson Moon, and then am I supposed to know who Nanako-chan is? It's vaguely familiar, but I don't. Nanako Kagetsu Tohya. It's the blonde hair girl that was in his Arihiko's closet. Right. Oh, I didn't know that was her name. I just spoiled myself. Whoops. That's my bad. Yeah. So well, I know her name's Nanako now. that was my bad. I don't know why I shouldn't have done that. But anyway, I'm gonna end it there. Thanks for hanging out and watching. And yeah, they probably won't, but it would be really nice if they remade Kagetsu Tohya after they finish the second half of Tsukihime remake. Just so they can, again, because I just want official short hair Akiha. That'd be nice. I don't know. But anyway, sorry. I'm gonna stop rambling. I do that a lot at the end of these. A lot sometimes. Usually. Yeah. KTU makes the dream. Or yeah. I wonder if they would do it in anime form. Because I feel like it wouldn't be as hard to do it in anime form as, like, Hollow Ataraxia would be. But of course, that would require them to do a proper Tsukihime anime, and then that's probably never gonna happen. And yeah. I do want to watch the 2003 or whatever Tsukihime anime at some point, because I've heard it's just so hilariously bad. I'm just so curious. But anyway, okay, sorry, I'm gonna stop. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Nasu's gonna be sweating rewriting the more controversial. Yeah. To be fair, there's only 2, and one of them you don't even have to do. The other one, they can probably figure out a way to work around that. Like they do something similar with what they did with like Rin and Shiro and UBW, right? Like instead of doing that, it's it's a bit different because I don't know. That'd be I'm sure they would figure something out. But yeah, sorry. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. And yeah, I'm not sure yet what day I'm gonna do Crimson Moon, but I'll probably put out a scheduled thing a few days beforehand. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.